Good afternoon, everyone. It's your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. And in this video, I am going to read, review, and react to Jon Mason's brand new Wattpad short story. This one I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble pronouncing. It's kurzgeschichten. The name, I believe, is written in German. I'm not entirely sure, but I have no idea how to say that. I apologize. I feel like I butchered that name. But give me one moment. I'm going to get the live chat up. It says it is a collection of short stories written by Jon Mason. Hashtag dark humor, hashtag funny, hashtag gore, hashtag gory, hashtag morals, hashtag short. It's interesting. That's going to be like a series of like moral tales. I wonder if it's going to be like Jon Mason's version of like the Brothers Grimm kind of thing. Excuse me, had a little bit of a hiccup. Let's see, and I believe, yep, I do now have the proper live chat up. That way I'll be able to read what you guys say in the live chat too. Jon Mason said, hey, yo, Jon Mason, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. You know I always got those same three questions, and I already know the answer to one of them because I know you're having a good day because you're no longer in class. So my three questions are, how's your day today, which I already know. Second question is, do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? And the third one is, do you have any questions for your boy? Jon Mason said, hope you enjoy. Oh, thank you. I'm excited. Oh, you can just scroll straight down and you're just like into the book. That got me. I was looking for where I would like flip a page. So the first short story is called Aviophobia, Part 1, which I'm not an expert in phobias or anything, but I'm guessing that's a fear of flying. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Aviophobia. Yep, fear of flight. Or aerophobia, another way to go after it. Okay, so I'm down. I'm sure most of you have dreamt of being able to fly. If not literally, then you at least wished you could. I mean, it would be amazing to be able to soar through the skies alongside eagles and other birds. Sometimes we only look at the bright side of things. We never consider. I was on my way to school that morning. The city was loud as usual, even though it was like 6 in the morning. I put my headphones on and blasted some rock on my way to the bus terminal. Even with my headphones on the loudest volume, I could still hear trucks and other vehicles clearly. I tried to ignore the noise and continued walking to the bus terminal. Heh! I suddenly heard something. It felt as though someone was speaking to me. I heard a little more, and at that point I turned around. No one. That was weird. I could have sworn I heard someone talking to me. With that, I continued on my path. Help me! I clearly heard someone cry for help. I took off my headphones and turned around once again. I looked around and saw no one. The hell? I thought to myself. As I was about to put on my headphones, someone cried out, Up here! I looked up and immediately saw where the voice was coming from. How did he? I thought to myself. There was a middle aged man in a gray suit, holding on to a very tall billboard. Please help me, I can't, he cried out. How could I even help him? The billboard had nowhere to climb, which brought me to the question, how exactly did he get there? I hated shouting. It may have seemed cold, but I put on my headphones and headed to school. I mean, considering he put himself in that situation, he shouldn't have been able to get himself. Oh, he should have been able to get himself out. Plus, I legitimately couldn't help him. I had no money on my phone to call for the fire station. Sorry, I shouted as I walked off. School was long and boring as usual. I mean, going to university sounds fun, but when you're actually there, it's just 5 or 6 hours of work in the end. At first, I thought you were going to say work day in and day out, so I like overstretched the syllables. Sure, you have freedom, but what's good is that if you're still penalized for reaching the class late? Anyway, so I was on my way back home when I saw a large crowd of people surrounding some billboard. No way. I had forgotten about that guy completely. There was no way he was still there. It's been like 5 hours. It's not possible. I managed to get in front of the crowd and saw the impossible. He was still there. Help! I can't hold on anymore. It hurts, he cried out. Luckily for him, fire trucks had just arrived at the scene. I was more interested in how he got up there. You'd literally have to fly or teleport to get there. Real quick, I'm going to stop right here to give a few of my thoughts. Thought number one, it's interesting that Homeboy's like, man, I guess I'm not gonna help the old man on the billboard. Because I feel like even if you don't have money on your phone, you could just go up to someone who has a cell phone, right? Or just go up to someone who does have like change or the ability to help him and just say, there's a guy stuck on a billboard. Like, all you really have to do if you're not gonna help him yourself is just go up to somebody else and say, hey, that guy's stuck on the billboard. Just to more or less delegate it, right? Just be like, that guy needs help. Can someone help get him off the billboard? And then just go about your day. Even if you went all the way to your university and you got into class, you could go up to your instructor even and say, hey, I saw a guy hanging on a billboard while I was walking around. You could probably just like call the fire station. I would have done it. Didn't have any money to pay for the call to the fire station. But yeah, somebody should hit them up, let them know, and then you just do your class as usual. Also, that nigga's hanging up there for 5 hours. You said it was an elderly man. Is he using his ability to fly for that upper arm strength? Imagine hanging off of a ledge for 1 hour just by like your upper arm strength alone, let alone 5 hours straight. That is a strong ass old man. He's going to get off that sign and his arms are going to be sore, but the next day he's going to be like Dwayne the Rock fucking Johnson. Just guns for days. So I think those are my main complaints. Also, why would the fire truck just now be arriving? It's been 5 hours. It's been five whole. So this nigga's been continually screaming, help me, get me down, help. And he screams so loud that when Jon Mason is wearing his headphones turned all the way up, I say Jon Mason, I don't know if the main character is supposed to be you. The main character has their headphones turned up all the way, and they could still hear this old man screaming off the billboard. For one, old man's got lungs and arms. He's fucking killing it with his screaming. Have you ever seen someone with headphones turned all the way up? That's just ridiculous. It's getting pumped directly in his ears. And you can still hear this old man. This old man is screaming like his life depends on it, which it does. And nobody calls the fucking fire department until 5 hours later. That, or someone did call the fire department and they didn't hit your boy up until like, what, 5 hours? Like, because it's either the fire department takes too long to show the fuck up, or people took too long to call the fire department. It's one or the other, but there's some weird discrepancy going on with emergency services. I don't know. Um, but so far so good. I'm interested. Jon Mason said my day was all right as uck. Oh, my day was all right as you know. That's what you were saying. Then you said, any discussion? Well, I'm deciding on getting Mortal Kombat 11 or Jump Force. Any idea which I should get? So my plan is to get Mortal Kombat 11 and Jump Force. The main thing about getting both is that Jump Force comes out this month. Mortal Kombat 11 comes out in like April. So if it's like a money thing, like saving up money for it, then I would say you could get Jump Force now and then save up money between now and April to get Mortal Kombat 11. If it's not a money thing and you're just like, I only want one game and I'm picking between Mortal Kombat 11 or Jump Force and I'm not going to get any other game except the one that I pick. If you had to only pick between one of the two, I think Mortal Kombat 11 is going to give you a better bang for your buck than Jump Force. But that's just my opinion. I feel like comparing the two games to each other, Mortal Kombat 11 is essentially going to be a better game. So if you only have to get one fighting game this year, and your only choices are Jump Force or Mortal Kombat 11, then I would say get Mortal Kombat 11. If it's a save money thing, I would say hit up Jump Force and then, wait like a few months to like save up money and then pick up Mortal Kombat 11. Yo, Rap King, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. I got 3 questions for you, Rap King. Question number 1, how's your day today? Question number 2, do you have any discussion topics that you'd like to talk about on the stream? And question number 3, do you have any questions for your boy? Let's see. Jon Mason said, true, lol. It was super early, but I'm sure someone would be around. Because it's super early in the story and the old man screaming for help, you would think that he'd be waking people up, that people would be disrupted doing their like normal daily routine, and that somebody would throw a nigga a bone, just not leave him on the billboard. That's kind of crazy. So Scrolling down a little bit more, John Mason said, "You're right, lol." And like, no, he's not that old actually, lol. Oh, I was imagining like a really old man. And then John Mason said, "He's Grandpa Broly." Lol. Then John Mason said, "To be honest, in my country, the ambulance takes hours to show up. Even cost my friend's life, regardless. You're right though, lol." Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences. Also, hours for that ambulance to show up? I mean, that's one of those situations where it's like in order for the ambulance to come at like a good time, you would need to practically know you were in danger ahead of time. Uh, so that seems rather impractical. I hope that's something that improves over time. John Mason said it is a saving thing for whether or not he's going to get Mortal Kombat 11 or Jump Force. If that's the case, then I would say get Jump Force in February and then hopefully save up enough money between February and April to pick up Mortal Kombat 11. But if you feel like that's too much of a time constraint to save that amount of money, because you might be like paying for other things in between, then maybe just wait for Mortal Kombat 11, pick that up, and then hit up Jump Force a little bit later. Because I feel like you're going to want to get Mortal Kombat 11 when it first comes out. And if that's the case, then you might want to just keep your money for Mortal Kombat 11. And then Jump Force, I don't think you're missing too much if you pick up Jump Force a little after it comes out. Because even though there's only so much content that's going to be in that game, I feel like the online scene is going to live on. So we'll see. That depends. I could be wrong on that. Let's see. Rap King said hi. Then John Mason's like, "Yo, Rap King." Rap King then asked, "Do you like Boruto?" So I do like Boruto. I don't watch the Boruto anime. However, I did watch the Boruto movie, and I'm up to date on the Boruto manga. The Boruto manga is crazy. If you've always wanted to see like crazy technology and like a fantasy ninja setting, the Boruto manga is for you. They've introduced a lot of like crazy ninja tech that takes advantage of like future technology combined with chakra. It's pretty dope. John Mason said, "My friend got hit by a car coming to school, and they took about 2 hours to get there." I'm sorry to hear that. Um, I do feel like that's something that really does need to be improved, the way their emergency services works. Then Matt said, "Or be like Jet and only buy things when you have dreams about them." Matt said Jump Force will most certainly die online in around 6 months to a year. That still gives John Mason plenty of time to pick it up after Mortal Kombat 11 if he were to choose between the two games. Then Rap King said Marvel or DC. Real quick to Matt. Oh, I already asked Matt, and Matt said no to all my questions. I was about to give Matt the three questions. Rap King said Marvel or DC. DC Comics all the way. I'm a big fan of your boy Red Tornado. I've read every single run of Red Tornado that exists. So I'm a big Red Tornado fan. I think behind Red Tornado, I really vibe with Dial H for Hero. I read the entire original run of Dial H for Hero, some of a couple runs in between that and the modern run, and then I read the entire New 52 run. There's a new run of Dial H for Hero that's coming up this year in March. I'm definitely going to read all of that. But Dial H for Hero is probably right behind Red Tornado. And then Captain Atom. I love Captain Atom to death, but I love New 52 Captain Atom specifically. Unlike Red Tornado and Dial H for Hero, where I've like taken time to read the older runs, I don't read the older runs for Captain Atom. So I would say I definitely like Red Tornado the most. And then with Marvel, I like Sentry. Sentry is my favorite Marvel character. He's pretty dope. He's more or less reminds me of Captain Atom, but in Marvel. And I've read every Sentry run that I've like ever seen. And then Matt said Mardicivil. So we got a little off topic, answering stuff in the live chat. I'm gonna jump back into doing the dramatic reading of John Mason's book. If you guys have any more discussion points or questions, I'll stop reading and I'll refer to what you guys are saying in the live chat. So let's see. Do, 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 do. Then Matt said, "But the cringe." Matt, you're just salty because what you voted for didn't get picked. Uh, so let's see. Out the way, two firemen and one firewoman pushed through the crowd with a very large ladder. Unfortunately, it wasn't tall enough. Wah, wah, wow. When they propped it against the billboard. "Please, I can't." The man was about to let go, which was understandable. He was holding on to that for hours or maybe even longer. He could have been there before I even saw him. Everyone will have to catch him, the fireman announced. The crowd gathered under him and was ready to work together to catch him as they let go. Did the entire crowd gather under him? I feel like some people wouldn't have done it. I feel like some people would have watched. Please help me, I can't hold on. I just said cold. Please help me, I can't hold on, he cried. It's all right, let go. We'll catch you, the firewoman promised. I can't, you don't under. And the man couldn't finish his line before his grip finally slipped. Hold on, I think I know where the twist is going, but I think the twist is gonna not make any sense. Is he like constantly floating and he can't control his ability to float? Because if that's the case, shouldn't he be holding onto the billboard, but he was like upside down by his hands, holding onto the billboard, like floating up into the air? Because if he lets go of this fucking billboard and he floats straight up, I'm gonna be like, why weren't his ankles up in the sky? I'm gonna be quite confused. But that's what I think the twist is gonna be. What do you guys think the twist is gonna be? Matt said, no, this is some legitimate cringe, especially because delivery is too goofy. Then Jon Mason said, no, no, it's more like he's hugging it. Oh, so he's hugging it to keep himself clung to it. Okay, so that makes sense. That would work for either him falling or him floating into the sky. I do think he's going to float into the sky. Matt says my delivery is too goofy. I think for certain parts, I'm just thinking about it from the perspective of an apathetic college student. Because the character in the book seems to not really care that much about the old man's safety. He's more curious about how the fuck did that guy get up there? And the way that he would look at it, I think, would be like a little funnier than like a concerned citizen. Jon Mason said, I enjoy your reading, Nick. Lol. Ah, thank you kindly, Jon Mason. Let's see. He screamed. Understandable, but the crowd was ready to catch him so he could explain how he got up there in the first place. But to everyone's surprise, the man didn't fall, but instead floated straight up into the air. Help me, please! I can't control it, he cried out. Please, someone! His cries faded as he continued to float out of view. What the hell just happened? I asked myself. Suddenly, the cloud he flew into before he vanished turned blood red, and a pop echoed afterwards. Rain started to fall. People from the crowd started to run and scream. It was chaotic. Blood flew everywhere from the cloud. It seemed as though the pressure and speed he was going at caused him to explode. I could barely get myself to move. I couldn't comprehend what I had just witnessed. That night, I stayed up, waiting for the news, and to my surprise, it wasn't even mentioned, not even once. Something like that should have been worldwide. Why wasn't it even referred to? The next day was Saturday, meaning no school. I explained what I saw to my parents, and of course they didn't believe me. Who would? But if the same people from the crowd spoke up about it, even the firemen and women, maybe we could have gotten the word out. I searched online for stuff like floating man, flying man, blood sky, but nothing came up. Monday came around quickly. I started to consider I may have imagined the entire thing. No one spoke up about it, and when the world is against your word, you start to wonder if your word is actually legit. Luckily for me, or rather, unfortunately, the phenomena happened once again, and this time, no one could hide it. That's a nice cliffhanger. And then it says continue reading next part. Does it like continue forward into the same story? Because I liked how that ended. That was a nice cliffhangery ending. Also, if he had searched blood sky, he would have definitely found stuff. Maybe not about people floating into the sky, but I think it's rained blood in areas before. Let's see. So Jon Mason said, oh wait, the next comment was from Rap King. Rap King said, how long will you be here? So I only do the fan poll streams until around 2 p.m. Right now, in my time, it's 1:34 p.m. So 26 more minutes. Then Jon Mason said, nope, I didn't upload part two yet. Okay, cool, cool. I like the yet. Shows that there's a possibility for more in the future. The next short story is Spelling Bee, part one. By the way, give me one moment. Let me get some water. Your boy's been continually reading. I'm getting thirsty. Boom, 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 boom. I got the phone charging cable wrapped up in my blanket. Do 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 do. Dude, Jon Mason said no problem. Lol. Do 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 do. Also, I'm gonna put away this blanket and pillows. I won't have time to take a nap right before class. I'm just gonna go straight to class more or less after this. Be right back. Be right back. Bum, 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 bum. Jon Mason said, no problem, lol. And nickabenson never returns. Rap King said, good story, John. Then Jon Mason said, leaving his stream, running until the cops arrive. Then he said, thanks, Rap King, lol. See? Matt talking about cringe, not even staying and listen to the whole story. For shame, Matt. Also, if you're liking the content so far, make sure to check out your boy's rap pad, Jon Mason's rap pad. I'll post a link to the current story in the live chat. Feel free to swing by, give him a view, give him a star. That's what they use for likes on rap pad. Next story, Spelling Bee, Part 1. You see, you see movies about someone on the beach finding a bottle with a letter in it all the time. But when it happens to you in real life, it's a different story. The beach, a pretty boring and redundant place, like school. It was never interesting. Just noisy, crowded, boring, and again, noisy. Being forced to go to the beach with my rents was normal, but they could not force me to go in the water. I mean, come on, sharks, stingrays, jellyfish, and the most disgusting thing of all, children. Think about it. They literally just let nature call in the same water they want to swim in. Not to mention, it's inevitable that the water would go in your mouth at least once. No thanks. Let me see. Real quick, we got some live chat messages. Jon Mason said, Spelling Bee is my fave, though. I made the readers get to see something the main character didn't. Ooh, interesting. Then Rap King said, John, where you at? Then Jon Mason said, I'm here. Let's see. I was taking a stroll, wandering, begging life to give me something interesting to do, when I noticed something being pushed by the water onto the shore. A bottle with a letter in it. How generic. But it was better than nothing, so I picked it up. It was hot, possibly because it was glass. I stuck my finger in it, and I pulled out the brown, wrinkled piece of paper. B, it said. B? I asked out loud. There was only a letter B written on it. That was a complete waste of my interest. I sighed and I dropped the bottle and piece of paper in one of the bins I saw on my way back to my parents. Moving on. You know what's worse than the predators lurking in the water? The predators outside the water. I hated wearing bikinis. Oh shit, is this a girl? Is this a... I heard bikinis and I was like, what? What's going on? Then Rap King said in the USA. Then Jon Mason said, oh no, lol, I'm in Trinidad. And then Rap King said, got a phone? And then Jon Mason said, lol, yeah, it's a girl. Oh, okay, I'm learning. Jon Mason said, and yeah, I have a phone. Let's see. All they did was draw guys' attention to me, and in some cases, girls. It was annoying and gross to me. This time was no different. Because of that, I went straight into the car, put on my jersey, and sat there by myself until they were ready to leave. I fell asleep instantly as I got home. I mean it. I didn't shower until the next morning for school. I mean, fuck, should I be reading it like a girl now? This has made me second guess really hard. What's more boring than the beach? You guessed it, school. I didn't really have friends. Wait, I just realized I might be more stereotypical than I thought. I don't have friends. I watch anime, listen to rock, hate wearing bikinis. Jesus, just slap black makeup on me and call me emo. All right, get your books out for class, Mr. Sir ordered us. Oh, yeah, I call my math teacher Mr. Sir. It annoys him and it makes me laugh. Two birds with one stone. Ah! I opened up my bag and looked for my math textbook. I found it in less than a second. Which page, Mr. Sir? I asked out loud. No one laughed except me. Damn it. I hated laughing at my own jokes, but it's funny, right? 135, he replied sternly. No one had a sense of humor. No wonder school is boring. I turned to page 135, and to my surprise, there was a huge E on the page, literally covering the entire page in bright red. The hell? I was confused because I know I didn't do it, and my bag is always with me, like any other professional female. I knew I said people here didn't have a sense of humor, but this was not funny. I paid some serious cash for that textbook. I hated it, but it didn't deserve that. Let me check out the live chat real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Rap King said, maybe I'll call you. Then Jon Mason said, lol, Nick. Then he said, call me. Nick, lol, I'm dying. Then Rap King said, you tell good stories. Well, Jon Mason writes good stories. Then Jon Mason said, oh, thanks. I appreciate that a lot. Let's see. I got up off my seat and stormed to my teacher's desk with the textbook. Mr. Sir, someone wrote a giant E on my page, I exclaimed. What are you shouting for? He asked me, stressing his calmness. Look! I showed him the page. Go back to your seat, you're wasting our time, or are you really that delusional today? Mr. Sir sighed. I guess the class did have a sense of humor after all, considering they couldn't stop laughing at his dumb insult. I looked down at the now clean page, not a single mark on it. I was on page 135, right? I thought I mixed up the pages, and so when I got back to my seat, I checked all the pages around the area and found nothing. Was I hallucinating? On my way home, it started to heavily rain. I didn't walk with my umbrella, mainly because I forgot it in some store a few days ago. So I ran as quickly as I could to the bus station and managed to get there without being too soaked. I sighed as I forced my way into a taxi, fuck me. Okay, there we go. I sighed as I forced my way into a maxi filled with smelly feet and loud mouths. The rain was getting heavier. Why is it that rain only falls heavily when you're not home ready to sleep? I stared outside the window next to me, waiting for the taxi to fill up. The stench was already too much to handle, so imagine about 10 more people. Great. Okay, I'm starting to realize that a maxi and a taxi are two different things. Taxis don't have like 10 people in them. About to Google what a maxi is. Do 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 do. No, not what a maxim is. A maxi. Skirt, dress, or coat reaching to the ankle. A racing yacht of between approximately 15 to 20 meters in length. Is she on a boat? Is she? I was definitely imagining like a car. What? What's a maxi? Let's see. Jon Mason said, this is where it gets darker. Then Rap King said, you streaming tomorrow? So, I always do a vlog stream every night at midnight. The fan poll streams I only do Monday through Thursday. So this is the last fan poll stream for the week. Excuse me. Every Friday, I do a video where I stream D&D. So I will be streaming Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow on Friday. And then tonight, of course, I'll be doing my midnight vlog. And then tomorrow night, I'll also be doing a midnight vlog. Let's see. Jon Mason said, yeah, a maxi is like a bus, but smaller. Oh, interesting. Jon Mason said, vehicle. Look up a maxi vehicle. Bum, 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 bum. Images. What? The maxis that are coming up look like, I don't know how to describe it, like station wagons? Like they don't look like what I imagined before. But this is what's coming up for maxi. I feel like this isn't what you're referring to. Maybe I should type in like maxi bus. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, so whoop, almost tilted the camera too far. It's not flipping. Here we go. Is this what you're referring to? This green one right here, the maxi bus, because that looks like what you're describing, like a shorter bus. Let's see. Jon Mason said, in my country, it's basically a mini bus, a maxi taxi. So just think mini bus. Rap King said, you go on Discord. I used to have a Discord. I don't really vibe with Discord anymore. Feel free to hit up our Amino. The link to the Amino should be in the description of the fan poll video. I'll put it in the description of this video as well. That way you guys will be able to easily get a hold of it. I should probably do that now. Get the description set. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm going to do that real quick. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Jon Mason said not those, but Maxi Taxi Trinidad. Try that. Okay, I'll make sure to try that in just a second. I'm going to get the description typed up real quick. Bum, bum, bow, bum, bow. The only thing that I won't have available in the description are the tags, because I'll have to do somewhat specific tags for this. Scroll over, info and settings, drag that over. And while I'm setting up the tags, I'll still be reading the live chat, of course. So here we go. So now if you jump in that description box below, you should be able to find the link to our Amino. We use the Amino in order to communicate with each other outside of YouTube. You can also just post in the comment section below. I always try to read the comments. Let's see. So that's cool. We got the tags on. And then I think I might be able to use some of the tags from a previous Jet Reacts video that I did. That video being... Had a brain fart. That video being the video that I did for Jon Mason's other story, Trapped in School. So I might be able to use the tags from that. Let's see. Scrolling down. Trapped in School doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but I am doing some significant scrolling. Excuse me. I noticed that we got 2 viewers and 1 like. Can we get this video up to 2 viewers and 2 likes? Greatly appreciated. Let's see. Gosh, how many reaction videos have I done? I wonder if there's a faster way to do it. Jet Reacts, and then I'm going to type in Jon Mason right behind it and see if it comes up faster. It should. Yeah, there we go. Jet Reacts to Jon Mason's Trapped in School and Other Short Stories. Rap King said, watch 7 Deadly Sins. Back when I was dating Gabby, the high school Gabby that I was dating, we watched 7 Deadly Sins together, like a few episodes, and I couldn't get into it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Mom really likes 7 Deadly Sins. I don't know. I've watched a little bit of 7 Deadly Sins with my mom as well, and I'm just not really a fan. Let's see. I'm going to take some of these tags from Trapped in School and change them to fit the new story that we're currently reading from Jon Mason. Ooh, I want to copy the title of the book down. Oh, I can copy it from the URL. There we go. Trying to figure out how I was going to get that to work. So instead of Trapped in School, it's going to say the word that I don't understand how to say. There we go. And then... Oh no. Hold on. I accidentally changed the original thing. I need to copy these tags and then paste them onto the Wattpad thing. That's what I needed to do. Here we go. So now I go here and I paste that. Perfect. Copy, paste. Then tags, copy, paste. So Rap King says it's a ripoff of Fairy Tale. So Gabby from high school, she also was really into Fairy Tale, and we watched a little bit of Fairy Tale when we used to like go on dates. And I didn't really vibe with Fairy Tale either. So it makes sense that I don't really vibe with either Fairy Tale or 7 Deadly Sins. But yeah, we would like go on dates and we watch them at her house. And To be honest, I don't think either of us paid too much attention to the actual show. So I don't know. I wasn't really into that. Matt said Fairy Tale is just bad though. What's your opinion on Seven Deadly Sins, Matt? Do you feel like it's not just bad, in your opinion? Oh, I just realized I just opened the live chat in a second window unnecessarily. I already have it over there. Matt said never seen it. Everyone keeps telling me that I should like it. I think even Gerard said like I think you should like it, but I also think Gerard kind of talks to me sometimes like I'm a simpleton when it comes to like media. Like, because he'll be like, I think you should like it because it's shonen and there's like action and fighting, and you like action and fighting and don't like things that have story depth. And it's like, the fuck, Gerard, come on. I don't know. Matt said you also have dumb anime taste though, and then Matt said you are. Ooh. Then Jon Mason said, Matt, you're mean as fuck. I don't know. I feel like we just have different taste in anime. It doesn't mean that I don't like deeper stories, but I do like stuff with fights in it. But it has to be good. Rap King said, then how can you just say it's bad if you've never seen it? That's true. Matt has strong opinions about things, regardless of whether or not he's actually experienced them. Then Matt said, no remorse. He said, Fairy Tale I've looked into. So Matt actually has checked out Fairy Tale. Alright, fair enough. Also, Matt, before you get salty, because I said that there are certain things that you dislike without trying, um, I bet you wouldn't try anything that had chocolate in it, even if it had chocolate as like an additional ingredient and chocolate's not its main. I think you'd be like, well, it has chocolate, and I just dislike chocolate, which means I'll automatically hate it. I feel like you wouldn't try a smoothie that had multiple fruit flavors, but also had other flavors within it, because of the fact that it had fruit, and you hate fruit. Just to point that out. Getting a quick swig of water. Mm. I've noticed we got 3 viewers and 1 like. Can we get it up to 3 viewers and 3 likes? Greatly appreciate it. So let's see. Jon Mason said we're just about to get into the dark part. I got 8 minutes left. Okay, let's see how much I can do. Gotta figure out where I'm at. The stench was already too much to handle, so imagine about 10 more people. Great. Someone decided to sit next to me. I usually take it upon myself to say good afternoon to anyone near me, so I turned around. Good afternoon, I said, as I saw the old lady. She then turned to me and replied, oh, good afternoon. This rain has had me really tired. I can't wait to go home and get some sleep, but I have to go to the market still. I wonder if God. Next time I decide to be polite, I gotta remember to walk with my headset or to keep to myself. I laughed and nodded. Right as I was about to turn back to the window, I noticed something. The letter H was tattooed on her forehead. Nigga, you would have noticed that immediately. The forehead is such an obvious place for a tattoo. Also, what is it spelling currently? B-E-H? B-E-H. I'm trying to guess what it's gonna spell. Excuse me. Matt said mixing taste is different from being bad at liking anime. Subjective. Rap King said One Punch Man is kind of overrated. It's been like 4 years. So One Punch Man, I think is good, but I would say My Hero Academia, in my opinion, is better than One Punch Man. Again, subjective. And then I really like Samurai Flamenco. It's one of my favorite anime. But Samurai Flamenco I don't think has a lot of rewatch value. You watch it once, the twist hit you, you like the characters, and then you just don't watch it again. So Samurai Flamenco is rated somewhere. It's hard for me to rate it. Oh man. I got a little spittle on my mouth. I think from sleeping so much. I like slept and then I took an additional nap and then slept some more. Gross. I'm sorry you guys have to see that. I'm essentially using it as a mirror. I'm trying to get it off. I'll probably get a paper towel after this and like try and get it. Matt said One Punch is great. I mean, One Punch is like not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. But I definitely would say that I like My Hero Academia a lot more. One Punch Man has an interesting combination of action and comedy, and I feel like it does a good job at what it does. I feel like My Hero Academia, I really like the fact that a lot of it has to do with preparation. It's definitely one of the more training based animes. And what I really liked about the beginning of Dragon Ball Z was that heavy emphasis on training. I think My Hero Academia takes that and cranks it to 11 because essentially the whole show is about like training and getting better. And then it makes that training pay off by then having its characters get into really big fights in which the training now really matters. You know what I mean? I think that's cool. Um, to be honest, though, I really like Keijo. I wish Keijo had more seasons because that was another thing where it was a big focus on training and people had special abilities who would fight each other. I really like Mob Psycho 100, which you could argue is not like a superhero anime, but it's not too far off from being that kind of thing. And I don't know where Mob Psycho goes. Mob Psycho is made by the same guy who made One Punch Man. I'd probably put it in the middle, like between My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. I think My Hero Academia gets so much love from me because of the fact not only of the training thing, but also I really like the character interactions in My Hero Academia. I feel like there are a lot of interesting characters who are all like doing their own thing. And it's interesting to see them work together and work off of each other. Now, Mob Psycho starts to do that closer to like the end of its season as the cast gets bigger and people start to work together. So I'm kind of fucked on that. I think My Hero Academia and Mob Psycho 100 have two things I really enjoy, but I guess I still have to give it to My Hero Academia for the training. I don't feel like Mob trains for real because he doesn't. That's not like a big thing. But then his brother goes through a whole thing where he's trying to train and like work on his abilities. I don't know. I don't know. Mob and My Hero I think are a lot closer, but I think out of the three, One Punch Man is definitely like the weakest of the three. Not saying it's bad. We're naming three really good anime. It's just between all of them, one Punch Man still kind of hits the bottom. Maybe for comedy, One Punch Man could be like number one if we're just going off jokes. But Mob Psycho 100 is also like pretty jokey. So I don't know. Let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Jon Mason said, I don't think you'll be able to get to part two of this today, but I guess some other time, lol. I won't give you spoilers. Okay, cool. Glad that there's hashtag no spoilers. We got 3 minutes left. Matt said, My Hero is about on par with One Punch. My Hero is also quadruple the length. Um, would you really say it's on par with One Punch? I don't know how to feel about that. Jon Mason said One Punch Man is great. Hero Academia is great too. Then Rap King said true. Then Matt said stop with your Keijo love. Keijo was so fucking good. I really want more Keijo. That was such a good ass idea. Rap King said, do you watch dub or sub? I watch the dub of My Hero Academia. I try to watch the dub of most things. Very rarely do I watch the sub of anything. Normally, if I'm watching sub, Matt is shoving the sub down my throat. It's like he's trying to force feed me Subway. Fucking not a fan. Let's see. Jon Mason says he watches both the dub and the sub. How do you feel about Midoriya's characterization? I've heard it's different between the dub and the sub in My Hero Academia. Matt said both, depending on the anime. Jon Mason said dub and sub. He said depends on which anime I'm watching. Then he said same Yotaro. Matt said never finishing these stories because Jet is lazy, can't read subtitles. Why don't they just dub it? They dub anime for a reason. It's to make it more accessible. Let's see. So we got 2 minutes left in the stream. Maybe we'll have the forehead H be like a cliffhanger, and then we can jump back into it on a later date. Then Rap King said Dragon Ball Z dub. Definitely did Dragon Ball Z dubbed. I think I watched a little bit of the Boo Saga in Japanese, but for the most part, I did Z dub. Now for Super, I subbed the fuck out of that. I watched that all subbed. I watched the first 9 or so episodes of Boruto subbed, and then the dub came out, and I watched like the first 3 or so episodes of Boruto dubbed. Now I don't fuck with the Boruto anime at all. I just fuck with the manga. It's just easier. Matt said you can't dub everything. It costs money. Voice actors can be expensive for good ones, and bad ones can ruin the show. Jon Mason said, is Blue Exorcist shown in Jump? I want to see him in Jump Force, but it won't happen. Sigh. I don't know if Blue Exorcist is shown in Jump. That's actually a pretty solid question. Beep boop. Oh, I didn't type in shit. Also, Maxi Bus, Trinidad. Forgot all about that. Okay, are they these? They all look really identical. They also kind of remind me of like the mystery machine for Scooby Doo. Are these Maxi buses? And he said, not Maxi Bus. So it's not these? Dang it. Okay, hold on. Do do do. Well, if I type in Maxi Trinidad, it also just shows these Mr. Machine looking things. Do 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 do. That one kind of reminds me of the Rust Bucket from Ben 10. Um, and then he said, "Those are them." Ballin'. Finally found them. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Let's see. Um, Matt said, "Plus, there's too much anime to dub at all." Jon Mason said, "Oh, don't forget to check out the Maxi Taxi, not Maxi Bus." And he said, "Those are them." Okay, cool, cool. Let's see. Next up, real quick, let me make sure the live chat settings are correct. Yeah, all messages are visible. Your boy Aiden the other day was doing a stream and he accidentally had it set only to top chat, and it wasn't showing his girlfriend's messages in the chat, which was a hard rip. So I don't want to make the same mistake. Matt said dubs also tend to come out years after the original Japanese release, leading to a lack of interest overall. Well, now we got simulcast. They're starting to do the dubs and the subs nearly around the same time, where the dubs may lack and not lack, but may lag an episode behind or so. And then John Mason said, not really years though. Yeah, we've definitely closed that gap over time for sure. Then Matt said, not everything gets simulcast. True. Let's see. So the last thing that I'm gonna do, since it's just about 2 p.m., it's past 2 p.m. I'm gonna look up Shonen Jump Blue Exorcist. So Blue Exorcist is made by Viz. Someone said it's Blue Exorcist Shonen Jump. The chapters of the Blue Exorcist manga series are written and illustrated by Kazu Kato and have been serialized by Shueisha in the monthly manga magazine Jump Square. Blue Exorcist has also been released as a part of the Shonen Jump Advanced imprint. So it's been in Shonen stuff, but it hasn't been in Shonen Jump. It's been in Shonen Jump Advanced, and it's been in Jump Square. So I don't think it necessarily counts. I think it's like kind of outside of it. Let's see. Matt said, and it's only really for the big hitters, talking about simulcast. Rap King said, you should react to the Ghost Stories dub. It's funny. Ghost Stories? I'm not sure if I've ever heard of that. Jon Mason said, so technically, yeah, it's possible. If they count Shonen Jump Advanced, then yeah. I don't think they count Jump Square. Matt said, but to ignore English sub shows is a disservice to quality anime. And then Jon Mason said, I guess. Then he said, Ghost Stories is hilarious, lol. I love that. Maybe it's something I should check out. But I do have to end the stream for now. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. There's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace. Shout out to Jon Mason, Yo Taro, Rap King. Matt said Ghost Stories is a giant meme for English dubbing, as they pretty much had free reign on what to say. Interesting. And yeah, I think I gave a shout out to everyone who tuned into the stream. So yeah, thank you all once again for tuning in. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Stay tuned. Tonight after midnight, I'm going to do the vlog stream.